Awesome. So congratulations, Brian. I'm so happy for you and Jenny, and really, really excited that you found a great home. So tell us about your experience. Were you happy with the process and the team? And
So happy. So I think the really validated in a lot of ways the referral that we got from our friends when we heard about your team. We heard about Compass, but specifically about CEG. Um, it really brought out, I think, the fact you've said this to us time and again. It's a very personal process, and buying real estate, buying a house, a home for us um, was was a really required us to spend a lot of time to invest a lot on the front end. But I think one of the things that was really helpful from my particular standpoint was that uh, when we needed to move fast, you were there and kind of coached us through that. We are first time home buyers,
Mhm.
and so there were situations where you'd say, "Look, Washington D.C. It's a very fast moving market. And so these are the steps, these are the kinds of things that you need to do in order to be able to work with that market." And then you'd also say, look, this is the time when we were first starting out. There is a time that you're going to need to develop a certain amount of comfort with the process.
Sure.
And so you'd say, look, we want to make sure that you have access to all of the different possible homes with the whole world of possibilities that will work for our priorities, for our particular price ranges, but also the kinds of neighborhoods, the kinds of homes we want to be in. And I think that helped a lot for Jenny and me because I think one of the things that's important for everyone to know is that we actually went out the first weekend and we looked at four houses, and among those four, one of them was the first home we put an offer in on, and it was the home that we wound up buying. And it was that degree of comfort that we had with you all. We had the comfort, first of all, to say we're willing to put an offer in on the very first weekend that we had together.
Sure.
Um, but also we had the comfort level that when things didn't go totally right, and with that particular offer, with that particular negotiation, um, quite candidly, they didn't. I think that everybody I talk to who's done anything in real estate will say there's always something that goes wrong. There's always some hiccup. There's
Sure.
always something.
Sure.
And it was it was one of the things I wasn't totally expecting that you prepared me for was how time intensive that particular aspect would be in the offer process. But having been ready for that and having realized that really helped. And then when we needed to kind of improvise there, right when we were getting down to the deadline with the seller, the seller's agent, we realized, hey, look, this could actually happen, and that level of trust was there because we had taken our time when it really counted, and we were ready to move when it really counted.
Yeah.
And it was so worth it. Actually, one of the fact is that we're closing today, and I'm moving in today, and that's great. But we've actually had a chance to go back by the house a few times. We have a great relationship with the seller, and that's nice too. But every time I walk into the house, he says, "Oh, we just made such a great decision."
Sure.
And everything about the process, everything about the inspectors, the other folks that you've referred to us throughout, has been a real strength. And I think that it's we're certainly looking forward to having a relationship with you going forward.
Fantastic.
And really interested in keeping you updated about how our home goes
Yeah.
and working with you all in the future.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited for you, really. And when you just, I would share that the process, we spent a long time in the preparation process, right?
That's
And I
right.
thought, and what I remember with you and Jenny in our conversations was always coming very prepared, asking all the important questions, making sure that there was no question that was left unasked. And that allowed you to get to the point when it came for that first tour, we'd already ruled out a number of homes, right?
That's true.
We'd already
Yes.
talked about the strengths and weaknesses of certain homes.
Yes.
So it just made that trip a very efficient, productive trip. And obviously, you found a great home, and I'm very excited for both of you with it.
Yeah, I think it was. You're absolutely right that coming into the process with questions certainly helped, and it was part of Jenny's and my nature. We were new to this process. We're
Sure.
naturally inquisitive people, so that
Yeah.
helped. But I also want to make sure that I give credit where it's due as well, because you were always so patient. I think people that tend to meet you probably realize that right away. You have a very, very deliberate and a very caring and almost pedagogical way that you'll come about in wanting to teach people and bring people into your world.
Thank you.
And I think that helps a lot when it comes, especially for folks that aren't, professionals in real estate, like we certainly aren't.
Yeah.
We don't buy houses all the time. This is
Sure.
the first time we've ever done this. We were approaching this deliberately with an eye to not doing this very often, and we really developed that comfort level a lot because we were willing to invest the time. You were willing to invest the time on the front end.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped. I think the other thing that was really nice, and I think it was a pretty unique feature from what I can tell talking to other friends who've gone through this process, is that you really helped us envision what homes can be. And that was true, I think, for a wide range of the options that we were considering. You helped us see some homes, and you said, well, you could in principle remodel this area. You could in principle, this is a fix that would be easy. This is a fix that would be a lot harder. This is something that you might consider doing right away or down the road. This is something that was maybe done recently. You were helping us decode different aspects of the process, maybe from a listing agent's perspective, but you were helping us as a kind of guide for everything about real estate, property, homes, what it means to be a homeowner, in a way that I frankly wasn't expecting. I didn't know that we were going to get that by working with you, and it's phenomenal. I know one of the things that we learned in our first meeting was how you've got such a diversity of experience, how you've worked so much in the DC metropolitan area, in Virginia where we've been working, and that certainly shows, but also the fact that you've worked so much and so intimately with many different kinds of homes and many different people throughout the years. It really means that when the time comes to, say, put on an addition on a house, you helped us envision what that looks like. And that's something that when I talked through that with people and said, oh yeah, we were actually thinking about maybe putting on this kind of new addition in the future, maybe considering this new improvement in the future. Other people were looking at me like, how much time have you been spending looking at HGTV? And I said, actually, essentially none. Now I'm starting to get the bug a little bit, but all credit really goes to you for making us realize and envision and really seeing the potential of a home and what it could be.
Thank you.
That's a great gift.
Yeah. Well, such a pleasure. And speaking of the future, what are you most excited about the house? What are you and Jenny most ready to jump into, and how will you make it your own?
Well, it's a combination of things. We haven't in the past ever really invested in a style before. A lot was thinking about what how we would get the essentials together, and how we would make sure that we had enough to live, and also bring in people if we wanted to have a small party or small gathering or something. And now we actually have a chance to put down roots, and I think that's something I'm pretty excited about. Everything from the inside of the house. Really excited to have a yard. That's great. One of the things that I didn't even think was possible in this place is that it's got both some outdoor space. My wife is a veterinarian, and so we're going to be able to have dogs for the first time.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. But I think it's also the combination of a home that is accessible to the city, which we're really excited about. But then we've also got a little bit more space.
Yes.
And again, this is what mattered to us most.
Yes.
But I think it's really, really important. I think it was very important that we were able to find that.
Yes.
And I'm a little bit surprised that it actually worked out this well, but not when I consider the process that we took to get there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yes. Well, again, thank you. It was such a pleasure and an honor to work with you, and I'm looking forward to a nice celebratory dinner in the months ahead.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and,
Yeah.
and great to work with you and to keep in touch going forward.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, JP.